one of his favorites, of course, but now Morgan, kind of with a free lane, can pick whatever he would like, and I really do like the Aatrox in this composition. It is just a very short-range handshake between both of these squads until the late game, where Tristana finishes drawing beads and is going to be able to shoot things from a really long way away. But this is going to be a, well, I was going to say going to be a slugfest, but it is going to be a game where teams will be at the height of their strength in the mid-game. But it's not relevant. It is not something that we really want to be discussing here, because I think all of us know, as a collective, that this is going to 50 minutes, and we're fighting for Elders. Let's jump into the rift with game number 2.
Nongshim Red Force. Hana, do set.
Nongshim, fighting!
Brion. Hana, do set.
Brion, fighting!
You get to the mid game, obviously Zeri Lulu is going to be great. I do think that particularly with the amount of aggression that's available for Brion here, there is even come mid game, a lot of power, and also we all just watched last game.
Yeah, and they're chasing him down. The Rel making her way in. Polu going to be the target here as he's stunned up and is going to have to flash. Tries to get himself out of there. Oh, Sylvie not able to kill everyone's flashing!
The entirety of this topside jungle might be taken. Instead, it will just be the blue buff.
Yeah,
we'll be aware of that. That is still a sacrifice made by Sylvie. I don't think that Envy and Polo, if they wait like half a second more, Polo wouldn't have survived, and that could have been a kill for the Zeri. That would have been big as
that's a ghosting. Indeed. I don't know whether he's necessarily winning, but right now things not necessarily going as well as they could be, as wind becomes lightning, and there's the audacious charge. Flash forward from Morgan, but he gets stunned up with the boot from the E, and now Dundun is trying to run. He gets a big old shield, but that does not matter, and that is going to be first blood going over to Gideon. Bro, off on the right foot.
As Tommy also misses one. Engaging on Zinzao, just don't do it. It's not worth it. It's not gonna happen. Good thing though is that Orcs, I assume, is now actually at the ready.
We did give him a bit of a hard time throughout the last game.
I did not.
No, I did. I say weeping. You were here. Been playing the defensive game on this bottom side of the map quite well, but it has led to Jiwoo with an 11 CS advantage.
Yes, the defensive Lucian. Oh!
Yes, and there's a Magna Storm in the mid lane. Karis is going to have to flash, and the Shockwave is nothing. As Colmy's going to be able to lock that one down. Nongshim answering back. They get their first kill.
Don't blind it.
Oh. Colmy is going to dive on top of Karis. Fair bit of damage back, though, with the Command Dissonance. As now Peter not really able to offer too much. And with the arrival of the Nami, things are going to... Oh, Envy, I'm not sure about the position of that one. Has to flash back towards Gideon here, as Dundun just 100% outplaying him. Or maybe it was Envy outplaying himself. I'm not entirely sure.
That too is Dundun.
Ah, right.
Oh my, I know what it is. Dundun is like, you know, Stilgar in Dune?
They are committed to it. All right, Colmy around on the flank here as the crash down, not really doing too much. Magnastorm only onto Gideon, and he has so many options defensively as now Morgan, he's popped the World Ender. Jiwoo skates over the wall to try and escape the Aatrox, but the flash forward is so big! The ultimate gonna do nothing for Jiwoo because he's in the death chamber and the knockup's just raining down. The Lord has said that Bro are 2-0ing this series.
Taking so much damage already, and this play from Morgan, absolutely huge.
Not quite able to find the first couple of Qs, but that third one, my god. And I know how you feel about Aatrox's... But when it's Morgan, doesn't it feel better?
Reasonable amount of damage. I'm okay with it as a Gideon.
Well, he's going to have to use his ultimate. There is a tidal wave as well in celebration. As Gideon going to get crashed into, the bubble is going to connect, but it does not matter as Jiwoo collects his first kill of the game.
Is that Nash?
Karis, can you find a hero Shockwave in this moment? As there goes the Baron, but can they keep themselves alive? The Shockwave connects onto Jiwoo. That is a priority target as Envy is kept alive by all these shields and heals. But it is starting to tick up, as we can see. 2.1k as Jiwoo now caught potentially as he's pulled back. Okay, the ulti does come on through. Morgan just going to solo kill Jiwoo, and one of their Barons is now gone.
This is not on the fell of the Aatrox. This is on Jiwoo.
Yeah. And
inevitably the game is going to go to Soul.
Oh yeah, as Jiwoo dashing forward, and Envy is just going to get collapsed on. The Lucian really has done absolutely nothing this game. Drake going to be up very, very soon as Nongshim. They're looking for even more, wanting to dive onto the strongest member of Bro. Magnetstorm does come in, and Morgan, he's tanking, he's still tanking, and he's still alive. Trying to kill the main tank.
That's not okay. Okay. See if they're able to utilize that as Gideon does get spotted.
Oh, the culling actually somewhat landing here by Envy this time around. 50% of Jiwoo's health bar is going to disappear as now
Sylvie.
The Bro's coming on in. Sylvie looking for that flank angle as Envy just going to avoid him entirely. He gets knocked up and then bubbled immediately afterwards. Yeah, and Colmy's going to have to press that button if they do want to try and stop this, because Bro looks like they're committing to getting this damage down. Sylvie getting into the area is now Dundun getting amongst it as well. Oh, taking so much damage is now Gideon with the Crescent Guard into the back line. Polu just goes down, and now Colmy has turned up to this fight. Dundun just running amok, and Morgan, he cannot do it by himself. These resets for Colmy are just gigantic, and Envy once again a passenger in this game as he's just going to get lapped up. And Colmy just bouncing around like Mario, picks up the triple kill, and this might just be the end.
Of course we're going to a game number 3,
it was written, Chronicler.
We knew, but what a comeback game from Colmy. Really, after a really rough Karma performance, the Tristana gets picked up, and we were a little bit apprehensive, but man, did Nongshim make it work.
This was not even close. This was Nongshim in control from beginning to end. And yes, Morgan.
I know this is good in scrims, but we might be willing to let it go. That wasn't the big factor, though. I want to give credit to Colmy and Dundun. I think they were the big standouts here.
How did Dundun do the most damage?
No, he actually, like,